the scribes and the Pharisees' response, which is utterly ridiculous. Matthew 12:14. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. Mark 3:6. And the Pharisees went forth and immediately took counsel with the Herodians against him, how they might destroy him. Luke 6:11. And they were filled with madness, and communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. Then the Pharisees went out, and the Pharisees went forth. Then or and? I think then might fit better. Luke 6, and they were filled with madness. I think that should come after they went out. So I'm thinking of saying, then the Pharisees went out, that they left the place. Or I could say went forth, and they were filled with madness. So then is only Matthew. The Pharisees went out and held counsel against him, or the Pharisees went forth and immediately took counsel. I think I'm going to go with out again. Went out, went forth. Stretched out, stretched forth. Yeah. The Pharisees went. The Pharisees went. Luke. And they were filled with madness. So this is Matthew and Mark. Pharisees went, and now out is Matthew only. And held counsel against him, how they might destroy him, and immediately took counsel with the Herodians against him, how they might destroy him. But I know I'm going to put Luke first, and they were filled with madness, and communed with one another what they might do to Jesus. And they were filled with madness. Now I'll put from Luke only, and they were filled with madness. And communed one with another what they might do. Mark. And immediately took counsel with the Herodians. That's different about how they might destroy him. And held a council against him, and they might destroy him. So I think I might be able to say both. They communed with one another what they might do to Jesus, and then after that, they probably came up with the idea that they could talk to the Herodians. Then I can put, and immediately, so they communed amongst themselves, and immediately took counsel with the Herodians against him. It's going to be a lot of ands going on, but I think that would fit best. Still continuing on with Luke only, and communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. Now I can put, and immediately, so and immediately took counsel, but it's pretty much the same in Matthew, and held a council. So this and is Matthew, Mark. The very next word is immediately in Mark. However, in Matthew, it's and held. I could say and immediately held a counsel against him. But I know, it's talking about the Herodians. I could say and immediately took counsel with the Herodians, or and immediately held counsel, or held a counsel with the Herodians. I think held a counsel is better. No, because held a council means that they're all talking to each other and they're sharing ideas. But took counsel means that they are taking advice, that they're actually going along with what the Herodians say. No, that's actually not necessarily true. Took counsel just means that they sought counsel, then not necessarily that they agreed with it. At least that's what I'm getting from here. Took counsel with the Herodians. Because if it said took the counsel of the Herodians, that would say, yes, for sure, they're going along with whatever the Herodians are saying. But it's not. It's just saying took counsel with. So I think held might actually fit better. Held a counsel with the Herodians against him. Yeah, so held is Matthew only. But I'm saying immediately, that's Mark only. Now Matthew only. Held a counsel. Against him, I'm saving for later. So counsel is both. But with the Herodians is all from Mark only. And then against him is both. Mark continues how they might destroy him. Matthew against him, how they might destroy him. So it's the same. How they might destroy him. Good. Okay.
Wow, that was almost 2 years ago that I first combined these verses. Counsel and counsel. Between Matthew 12:14, and the Pharisees went out and held a council, an assembly, as opposed to Mark 3:6, And the Pharisees went forth and immediately took counsel, which is like taking advice. Even though it doesn't say took the counsel of the Herodians, it still says took counsel, which is not an assembly. They're taking advice. It does mean they took advice. And it's a completely different word, completely different meaning from Matthew. Held a council. I'm going to have to rethink this entire verse combination now. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council. So I can just think of it as the Pharisees had an assembly about how they might destroy Jesus. There was a gathering of Pharisees. That's all that's mentioned in Matthew. It doesn't say anything about the Herodians. Mark says the Pharisees went forth, so not that they spoke amongst themselves, but that they went to the Herodians and took their advice. Now, I'm not going to say held a council and took the counsel of the Herodians, or took the counsel in a council of the Herodians. No, that's ridiculous. You can't do that. And the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. They were filled with madness and communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. Okay, well, communed one with another in Luke, that is pretty much the same as held a council from Matthew. Communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. Yeah, that's equivalent to Matthew. So I think I'm actually going to change this from what I ended with. Immediately held a council with the Herodians, because that doesn't make any sense. The meaning of that word is advice. You can't hold advice. I can't believe I missed this. Communed one with another, that's the council. I could say and held a council and communed, but that's pretty redundant. Held a council and communed. They're holding an assembly where they're talking. That's obvious. I don't think I need to say both. I don't want to say both. Held a council and communed one with another. I could exchange communed, held a council one with another, what they might do to Jesus. And they were filled with madness and held a council one with another, what they might do to Jesus. I don't know which one I like more, communed or held a council. Well, there's more words in held a council than just communed. I'm going to have to do that. That's my rule. Go with the most words possible. This is like the opposite of what I want. I don't want to have the most words possible. I want to have the most accurate words possible. Communed is fine, but I think I have to do it. And they were filled with madness and held a council one with another what they might do to Jesus, and immediately took the counsel, or just took counsel. Man, that's going to be redundant. Immediately took counsel. Well, I guess it might be redundant that way, isn't it? Communed and held a council. Okay, yeah, that is redundant as it is. So it's going to be just as redundant, but more accurate. So I'm going to put held a council instead of down here. I'm going to put it up here before communed, and I'm going to exchange communed with Matthew only. Council. And held a council one with another what they might do to Jesus, and immediately took. So I have to, okay, well now against him. I feel like maybe I should mix that with Luke. Held a council one with another against him, what they might do to Jesus. And the Pharisees went out, and they were filled with madness, and held a council. Maybe communed was better. If they're already filled with madness, now they're just talking. No, I like held a council. Held a council one with another, what they might do to Jesus, and immediately took. Oh gosh, this is hard. I forgot how tough this was. I'm done. I'm just doing little fixes here. This is tough. Gosh. And the Pharisees went out, and they were filled with madness, and held a council one with another. Well, first off, I know I have to put took in here, because there's no reason to keep it out anymore. And this council is only Mark. Well, then maybe this and should be only Mark, and the and of here should be combined with Matthew, because that's where the and comes from. Yeah, I'm going to do that more in order. And how the council, so this is just Mark. So it still reads the same. I'm saying the and from Matthew before held a council is combined with that and with Luke, where the word communed would have been or was before. And this and before immediately is only the one from Mark. So it's more accurately combined, not that it changes anything from the final product. And immediately took counsel with the Herodians. Okay, well, against him was right there in Mark. Took counsel with the Herodians against him. So I think I'll leave that. how they might destroy him. Matthew held a council against him, how they might destroy him. Yeah, I think the simple exchange of communed with held a council is best, and adding that word that I didn't include, took counsel. So now it actually reads, Then the Pharisees went out, and they were filled with madness, and held a council one with another what they might do to Jesus, and immediately took counsel with the Herodians against him, how they might destroy him. It's better.